Hey, it's Hutch from Hutch High Perf, back for another one. Back on the harness again. Tonight a little different, not on wires, but on a cover plate and how I'm going to route those wires behind the inner fender. So when I'm done, it's going to look just like that. Not bad. Hey, like and subscribe. You know what to do. With the fender out of the vehicle, right below where the hinge is, there's this area right here, this little triangular area that I've kind of decided this is where the harness will go through. So I want to make this serviceable. It'd be easy. I could pop a hole through here, like a 1-inch hole, put a grommet in it with no connectors on, fish the wire through, go to the other end, and then put all the connections on down there, and then we'd be fine. But then what if this fender has to come off? How do I get this harness back out? Unless I unbolt the harness and take it with the fender, and then that's just, I don't want to do that. So I think what I'm going to do is try to mark off this area. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a removable plate that will have the hole in it. And then that way, if I need to get the harness out or something, there'll be a larger hole behind the plate where I can fish everything through, and this plate will just scoot forward and stay with the harness. And then I can remove the wires and do whatever I need to do. So now it's just a matter of getting a shape. Let's see how I want this. So I want to have enough room. So if I go about right here, just about out to this edge, and then down to here, something like that. That ought to work. That's big enough. That's big enough to get whatever connector I need out. So let's take this off as one piece. See if I can do that. All right, so it'll get refined a little bit, but that's my plate, and that'll bolt right in there. So here's some leftover steel from the air cleaner project that I did. So I never throw anything away. So this will be perfect. I will just take a zip wheel and cut this off, and then I'll refine the shape, and then just keep fitting it to the area until I'm happy with what I got. Well, with a little drilling, sanding, hole cutting later, there's the part. So that is going to go right there. Okay. We'll line up our punch marks. All right, so there's our cover plate. Let's pop this back off. back down with some more tape because we've got to cut an intersection out. And I want to leave a good lip on both sides so nothing is exposed. So we do hole to hole. All right, that ought to work. All right. All right, with that sitting in place, let's mark, that's where the bracket is. All right, so let's peel. Well, let's see if we go that far on the inside. Maybe. Yeah, I can probably go just a little bit farther. So somewhere out there. Yeah, that ought to cover up nicely. All right, so now this comes off, and then we are going to make a template from this to be able to cut the inside out. Okay, so I think I have the size that I need for the bottom. I think that's going to be wide enough to get whatever connector I have out of that. So that's going to be my refined shape. Yeah, so let's get cracking on that. Okay, that gives me a good shape to work with. I think I can try to keep to that. All right, so now we can refine that shape a little bit. Okay, that gives me just enough room to get the fattest connector in and out. So, all right, so now I need to work on the center hole in the grommet. All I had was a 1-inch hole saw, and I think the grommet size is a tad bit bigger, so I may have to wall that out just a little bit, but that's no big deal. So after hunting around for a grommet that would work, I came upon this. This is a Dorman product. You can see the part number up there. This is for a brake booster, and it had the perfect size grommet. It works great. So I spray painted the one side outside. I just wanted to get like a uniform color on it, but I still need to sand it and paint it proper. But let's put everything back together and see what this looks like. All right, that's good enough. So now we take our freshly assembled wiring harness and we feed it into the grommet. I can get this thing started. There we go. And then we're just going to feed it right down to the very beginning of the block. Once we're down, there we go. Now we're down to the end. It's going to look nice when it goes in. All right, well, I had this old bundle of wire and I just fished it behind the fenders. Now I need to get some tape. All right. So we'll take the end of the loom here and we will give this a good wrap or two. Give it something to hold on to here. And then we'll tape that down in place. And hopefully as I yank this thing through, it doesn't pull out or pull off. And get a couple wraps on either side. That should hold it in place. All right, flag the end, make it easier to get back off when I'm done. All right, so a lot of this wire I can feed through the other way. Here we go. All right, got enough of it through. I can start feeding some of these wires through. All right, that's all through. A mess. Okay. All right, now to the business end. Let's see. That's our washer pump, wiper motor. Here is our harness. Plugs in basically like that. We'll keep this up here out of the way. All right, and then now that this is where it's supposed to be, we can fish this bad boy down. That in place. Let's put our screws in. See if I can get it in with this flexible. Actually, let's get the thing started first. That bottom one is going to be fun. It's not too bad, I guess. Let's get this one started down here if I can. There it is. All right, let's see if I can drive these home. Yeah, there we go. And of course, once we get all our fabricating done and we get on to paint to pretty this up, it'll look way better than this. But this is a good start, right? Yeah, might feed a little bit more through there, and then that way the wires can kind of tuck down into. Let me grab the camera here. Okay, let's get down in there. There it is. So once this is painted underhood black, and then this cover and the screws and everything are also painted, it's going to disappear, and all you're going to see is the wiring harness go right into the side of that inner fender, and it's going to travel on and come out the other side and just be completely hidden and make this whole area just clean. So that is, I like it. That's done. And I used some unusual parts to be able to get that done. So anyway, that is it. That's all I'm going to do for tonight because it's still a little warm and I'm getting tired. So That's it for this one. This is Hutch from Hutch High Perf. Appreciate you being here. See you on the next one.